When we talk about Sanatan Dharma or the land of seekers, the issue is it has also got a lot of infirmities. Like at one end you have spirituality, talking about union of an individual with God, and on the other hand, you have infirmities like caste. So my question to you, Sadhguru, is the power of spirituality of Sanatan Dharma, does it have the potential to resolve and do away the iniquity which caste perpetuates?
See, right now all these people are sitting here, ask them, did they even think to find out what is the caste of the person who is sitting next to them? They've not, because they're in yoga.
But then 90% of the Indian politics and political parties do that.
Politics is a number game. So they will do everything that they have to do to get the numbers. But there is a clear sign in Indian politics that today's younger generation does not vote by caste per se. They are going beyond that. And there are some studies saying over 40 to 45% of the people never vote by caste. The other communities, wherever there is little strife, they vote by the community because they need the community support when there is strife. Otherwise, they also vote beyond the caste. It is definitely going to happen, probably in another 2 or 3 elections, caste will become a very minor aspect, it will not be a major aspect. இந்த தஞ்சாவூர் மாவட்டத்துல இந்த ஈஷா நாற்றுப்பண்ணையில இருக்கிறோம். இந்த நாற்றுப்பண்ணை ஒரு வித்தியாசமான நிலையில வந்திருக்குது. என்னத்துக்குன்னா நம்ம தன்னார்வ தொண்டர்கள் ரொம்ப ஈடுபாடா இது வளர்த்திருக்கிறாங்க. அதுல என்ன ஸ்பெஷல்னு நீங்க கேட்கலாம். முக்கியமா என்னன்னா இது எல்லாமே நம்ம ஆர்கானிக்கா வளர்த்திருக்கிறோம். இதுல எந்த விதமான ஃபர்டிலைசர் இல்ல, எந்த உப்பு போடல, இதுக்கு வெறும் மண்ணை வளமா வச்சு வளர்த்திருக்கிறது. இந்த வருடம் மகாத்மா காந்தியுடைய 150வது பிறந்த வருடம். இதுக்காக நம்ம எல்லா ஈஷா நாற்று பண்ணைகள் நாம் இதுக்கு ஒரு புது பேர் கொடுக்குறோம். என்னன்னா மகாத்மா கிரீன் இந்தியா மிஷன் அன்னு எல்லாத்துக்கும் பேர் கொடுக்குறோம். இது வெறும் 35 நாற்று பண்ணை மட்டும் தான் இருக்குது இப்போ. ஆனா நாம் இந்த வருடத்துல இல்ல 2 வருடத்துல இது 350 நாற்று பண்ணை ஆரம்பிக்கணும். நாம ஈஷால இருந்து ஆரம்பிக்கணும். நம்ம ஒரே ஒரு விஷயம் புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். ஆறுன்றது நீருக்கு மூலம் இல்லை, ஏரின்றது நீருக்கு மூலம் இல்லை, கிணறுன்றது நீருக்கு மூலம் இல்லை. நமக்கு ஒரே ஒரு மூலம்தான் இருக்குது, மழை. வந்த மழை ஏரியில் சேர முடியும், கிணறுல சேர முடியும், ஆறுல சேர முடியும். இது பூமிக்குள்ள போய் வந்து சேரணும். இப்போ என்ன இருக்குது, மேலே ஓடுது. என்னத்துக்கு மேலே ஓடுது? பூமிக்குள்ள போகணும்னா தேவையான வேறு, இந்த நுண்ணுயிர் எல்லாம் செயல்பட்டு இருந்தால் தான் வந்த மழை கீழே இறங்குது. கீழே இறங்காம இப்போ மேலேயே ஓடுது. நம்ம காவேரி வலயத்தில் தோராயமாக 85,000 ஸ்கொயர் கிலோமீட்டர் ஜமீன் இருக்குது. இதில் 3ல் ஒரு பாகம் நாம் மரங்களாக பண்ண நிழல்ல இருக்கணும். மண் வெறும் மரங்களே போட தேவையில்லை. நாம் மரமும் செய்ய முடியும், அது நடுவில் விவசாயமும் நல்லபடியாக செய்ய முடியும். இன்னொரு விவசாயி நான் பார்த்தேன், அவரும் ரெட் சாண்டர்ஸ் மரம் வச்சாங்களாம் 12 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி. இப்போ அவருடைய மரத்து விலை 25 கோடி லட்சம் இல்லை. இப்போ ரெட் சாண்டர்ஸ் கிளியர் பண்ணியாச்சு. நாம இதில் இந்த லிஸ்ட்ல போட்டுக்கணும் தானே. உங்க விவசாயத்தை கூட ஒரு 10 மரம் போட்டான், பெரிய இன்சூரன்ஸுக்கு மேலே தானே இது, இல்லையா? எல்லா விவசாயிக்கும் இது கிடைக்கணும் தானே. இந்த மர விவசாயம் என்ன, இதனால மண்ணில் என்ன நடக்குது, பயிருக்கு என்ன வருது, நமக்கு என்ன வருது, பொருளாதாரத்தில் எல்லாமே டீட்டெயிலாக நாம் உங்களுக்கு பிளான் கொடுத்துடுவோம். நீங்கள் உங்கள் கூட இருக்கிற எல்லா விவசாயிக்கும் இது சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கணும். இது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப தேவை. நம்ம தலைமுறைக்கு இருக்கிற இது ஒரு மகத்தான பொறுப்பு, நாம் நல்லபடியாக கடைப்பிடிக்கணும். இந்த காவேரி கூக்குரல் மக்களுடைய இயக்கமா மாறி இருக்குது. தமிழ்நாட்டில் மட்டும் இல்லை, நாட்டில் மட்டும் இல்லை, 112 நாட்களிலிருந்து நமக்கு இப்போ உதவி, இந்த மரக்கன்று வாழ்றதுக்காக உதவி வந்துருச்சு. இது ஒரு மகத்தான ஒரு விஷயம். நம்ம தமிழ் மண்ணு, நீர் காப்பாற்றணும் இந்த நாட்டில். இது ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு பணி. விவசாயம் எல்லாமே ரொம்ப உற்சாகமா இருக்கிறாங்க. அரசாங்கம் செய்யற உதவி செய்யறதுக்கு உறுதியா இருக்கிறாங்க. கட்டாயமா எல்லாமே சேர்ந்தது வேண்டியது.
You should stop this nonsense. Ask some question. Today's the last day. The master is alive, constantly is de-entangling you. Afterwards, just sadhana. He's lived well. When death comes, he will die well.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Why are we so afraid of death?
See, right now, why there is so much fear is the substance of your life is only in your clothes, your jewels, your education, a few people that you gathered around you. That's all the substance of your life is. All these things can be taken away from you any moment, isn't it? This is the only thing which is giving you solidity. Yes? That little bit of education, your clothes, your jewels, your bank balance, a few people around you, this is all that is giving you some sense of solidity of being a being. This is not a being, this is a patch-up job. So, with such petty blocks, when you build a building, naturally you should be very worried when it'll collapse. Now, instead of using a stone block for this column, if I use the twig, definitely I'll be always worried when it'll collapse on my head, isn't it? Isn't it? That's your worry, that's your fear, because you're trying to build your life with twigs, not with solid material, not with reality, with illusory things. Always you will live in fear, there is no other way to live. There is simply… if you're living in a house which is supported by twigs, being afraid that it'll collapse on your head is very natural, isn't it? That's all that's happened. It's time you bring something more substantial into your life. If you bring something more substantial, then suddenly you find, if you sit here, everything is fine. Life or death, still it is fine. That's how it'll be. It's a very beautiful story. Buddha, on the last day of his life, he always had a breakfast of rice gruel in the morning. And after this breakfast was over, he always met the monks who were around him, and every day he said, if you have a question, you ask. This went on for 40 years. 40 years of his enlightened life. Every day after breakfast, he spoke. Whoever was there, 10 people, 10,000 people, whatever number, after breakfast he always sat down and spoke. So on the last day of his life, he knows this is the last day. He had his rice gruel and he sat down and he said, today is the last day. If you have anything to ask, ask. So many of the monks started crying. I said, what are you crying? At least some other day if you were crying, it's okay. Today is the last day, don't waste the time because it's ticking away. Some other day you could cry and roll and you had time for all those things. Today, if you want to ask something, you ask. He was surprised that people are crying. But Master, we have been with you for so long, you're leaving today and they're crying, nobody asking any questions. He said, stop this nonsense, ask some question. Today's the last day, any doubt? Let's clear it. After that, there is only teaching. Nobody to clear this and that, See, with every teaching you can get into a mess. When the master is alive, constantly is de-entangling you. Afterwards, no de-entangling, just sadhana is all that is there. So today is the last day, if you want to ask any questions, please ask. It's just a matter of fact about it. He's lived well. When death comes, he will die well. He's so certain that he'll die well. So, it's just another day. One day you took on the body, another day you walked about with the body, another day you leave the party. You make a big issue out of it, simply because you have a keyhole vision of life. As Kala Bhairava, he is the destroyer of time. What you call as life or the approaching death is only because of time. Shukracharya just revives them with the Sanjivani mantra. Then Shiva said, "There is no need to kill him, I will contain him. Whatever I try to do, I become that. If I dispense death, I become death. One who constantly feels death within himself, his life will reverberate across the existence." For most people, who I am is not apparent in the way I live. Probably you will know who I am just by seeing the way I die.
Namaskaram Sadhguru. It's wonderful to interact with you on Guru Purnima. So many people are interacting with you. So thanks for giving me opportunity to ask you questions. Why don't people share their knowledge with others, just as the way you are sharing with your followers?
This is the age of intellectual property. Somebody even wants to patent yogasanas. You can patent the asana, but still you can't get into it. You may have patented all the difficult asanas, but can you get into it, that's a question. So, we have come to a place in the world where everything is monetized. Everything has a commercial angle to it. So because of that, as people have been miserly with money, now they are miserly with knowledge because, knowledge is money. So they are miserly with that because it's money in some way. So this monetizing of everything really destroy many things in this world. In this culture, we always fixed it like this: spiritual process, health-related things, and education. These three things should never be commercialized. Everything else can be commercialized. These three things should always be offered. The question is only about the qualification of the recipient. All kinds of people come and say, "I want to go, I want to do this, I want to do that." 2 days later, they won't be here. So the question is only about the qualifications of the recipient. If that one thing is ensured, knowledge should be offered irrespective of commercial interests that are involved in it. But today everything is commercialized, and in many ways you can't help it because the whole momentum is in that direction. Virender may be willing to share his knowledge. He may teach 10 different people how to hold the bat, how to hit the ball, how to stand, how to do this, how to do that. But how many will go about scoring double centuries after double centuries? Because to get a qualified recipient is not easy. It's not easy. Knowledge may be there. When it comes to experiential knowing, how many people are willing to receive it? Everybody says, "Yes, I every day meet people. All the way, Sadhguru, I want to go all the way." Tomorrow morning, They're crying because somebody said something, they want to leave. Day after tomorrow morning, their uncle's daughter's birthday, they want to go. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with your uncle's daughter. All I'm saying is, your interests are many. That means you're not going anywhere. You can dabble with many, but there must be one direction to life, otherwise you're not going far. You're going to wander around here. If you want to go penetrate through something and go a distance, you need some one-pointedness. People come here, they say, Sadhguru, you give me any kind of sadhana, I'm willing to die, Sadhguru. I said, don't die, hold it. I'm willing to offer anything, but hold it, we'll see, we'll go step by step. 3 days later they come and say, Sadhguru, you know, Sadhguru, I've found somebody, Sadhguru, I think for lifetimes this person must have been waiting for me. I saw this girl and now there is a spiritual angle to it. It looks like for lifetimes we have known each other. If you have known somebody for lifetimes and you didn't make it, it's best you keep away from them. Because for most people, their direction of life keeps changing every other day. It's hard to offer anything, it's all bits and pieces. Of course, there are also people who think, see, knowledge is not something that you own because knowledge is not about you. Knowledge is about the creation, about the nature of the creation. What is already there is what you have absorbed. You didn't invent it, you didn't come up with it, you only saw it. This is why the language in this country is very clear. When it comes to any kind of spiritual dimension, we are only talking about realization. Realizing means something that was always there, always right here, but you were so stupid you didn't see it, today you saw it. I realized, I did not attain, I did not arise, I did not climb somewhere, I just realized. But the thing was always here. So, what is here all the time as truth cannot belong to somebody. Nobody can stop you from it. But those who have accessed, if they have truly accessed, they will never block you, they will never hold back. Only those who have accumulated from books and stuff, they will hold back because any accumulated stuff is limited and it'll get over. If you give away everything, it'll get over tomorrow morning, you won't know what to do. So you will hold it and be miserly because you have gathered it. What is gathered you can hold back, what you have realized you cannot hold back because it's an endless run. You only constantly wishing there is somebody here who can soak it up as fast as you can give it. That is the problem. The problem is of lack of receptivity, not of holding back. If you really know, but if you have acquired knowledge, you will be miserly because you can only acquire that much, you don't want it to get over. Knowledge is like money again it can get over.
In a world full of cuts, short videos, and distractions, you chose to stay and listen until the end. That already says a lot about your willingness to look deeper. Drop your city in the comments, and if you'd like, subscribe and share this video with someone who's also not afraid to think. Thank you, a big hug to you, and see you in the next video.